So what is an existential crisis? Well, normally it's experienced by people who are on lots of medication or who are high or who have lots of extra time in their lives to think about things that don't really matter. Basically, an existential crisis consists of examining the absurdity of our existence as humans. There are lots of smart people who are really famous for their existential crises. Carl Sagan is one of them, who wrote this really great poem about the pale blue dot whenever that satellite turned around and took a picture of the whole entire solar system and all of Earth was just this tiny, tiny little dot. And Carl Sagan was like, whoa, that is all of humanity and everything that anyone has ever known has existed ever. Pale blue dot. That's it. Whoa. Another person who's famous for his existentialist sayings is Neil deGrasse Tyson. If you follow him on Twitter, he's amazing and fabulous. But he was renewing his passport the other day and he's like, I just stood in a line to get a piece of paper that will allow me to travel to other parts of the, land parts of the planet that I was born on. For more example of existentialism, see Jaden Smith, Will Smith's son. His Twitter feed is pretty much stock full of existential crisis. Sometimes I like to look up at the stars, and I look up and say, oh, there's Orion, or there's the Big Dipper, and it's interesting and fun to look up at the stars. And then I start to think about how, people for hundreds of thousands of years have been looking up at these same stars and these same patterns, and it's beautiful. And then I think about how the light from those stars is hundreds of thousands, maybe even millions, trillions of years old. The photons produced in that star have been traveling through space at the speed of light for hundreds, thousands, millions of years. And they stopped when they hit my eyeball. What? Shadow right here? Light from the sun traveled 92 million miles, but was thwarted by a set of stairs. Sometimes I think we only watch TV to distract ourselves from the meaninglessness of our own lives. Why does my kitty cat love having her belly rubbed? I don't know. This right here that I'm doing, coordinated falling. Someone paid money to someone else so that they would dig up the grass in this specific area and plant different kinds of plants. Why? 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 I live in an apartment complex, which is basically just people stacked on top of each other. Why do we do this to ourselves? This is not a mailbox. The reason we ate eggs is probably because our ancestors didn't want to murder their animals to get something to eat. They're just hungry and desperate for something to eat. Saying that humans are the descendants of aliens who came to this planet on an asteroid, all I'm saying is that other aliens on other planets and TV shows are much better suited to their planets than humans are to Earth. Because humans are only comfortable within a very small, narrow window of temperatures, which our Earth almost never is. Much so that we've created huge, complex industries and structures to prevent us from ever having to encounter Earth at all. I am inside of a building where other people live, and we all have machines in the walls that constantly pipe comfortable temperature air towards us, and we have sheets of fabric that we cover up and then we take them off just to get comfortable with the temperatures. It's a very, very narrow window of temperature. That seems weird that we're only comfortable with this very narrow window of temperature. We need special protective clothing. We have to wear sunscreen, just rub this stuff on our face so that our own sun, the only one we have, doesn't literally burn our flesh off. That's weird. That's crazy. Also, why does this animal live in my house? Also, why does she take up an entire side of the bed? Existence is just super unlikely and really weird. Anybody else ever think of this stuff? Does anybody else ever wonder why? Games. What's the point? Why? Why do we do them? I don't know. Does anybody else wonder things like this? Let me know.